Hi everyone, I am Dana. Now, this dish is not pretty out of the pan, but it sure is good. You'll be making this dish over and over again, not to mention it's easy on the pockets. So, with all that said, let's get to cooking. You can definitely make this into a one pot meal, but because I am funny about my texture of the pasta, that is, I like to cook mine separately. In this case, I'm not cooking it all the way till it's really soft. I'm just sort of al dente. Now, you're going to be using your favorite pasta. Here, I am using rigatoni because I prefer tube-shaped pasta with this dish. But you can use any kind. There you can see some of the ingredients that I'll be using. You don't need that many. Most of the ingredients can be found in your home or in your freezer. And of course, you got that wonderful Italian sausage. Use your favorite sausage, y'all, because that's going to flavor this dish greatly. I like to use that Johnsonville sausage because I think it's has great seasoning already. It's up to you if you want to keep your sausage ground up or if you prefer it still in its link form. I prefer it in link form sliced up, but it's so much faster to do it this way, which is why I'm showing you the ground up version of it. As you can see, I'm just browning up a sausage here. I'm not going to brown it up all the way. I'm going to keep it just a little pink because there's going to be plenty of time to get rid of that, get that cooked all the way. All right, y'all, I am sliding over my meat so I can start cooking my veggies. Depending on the type of sausage that you're using, you're going to have some oil from it. You can just take out as much as you desire. I took out just a little bit of the oil because I didn't want it too greasy. But that oil has a lot of flavor. I'm adding to the pan one medium onion. I rough chopped it, but you can make it finer. I'm going to cook that until it's slightly soft. For my texture of this dish, I actually like my veggies not cooked till it's fully soft. And now I'm going to add 3 cloves of chopped garlic. I did not mince them up. I wanted my garlic a little on the larger size. But you can mince it up. I'm going to just cook that until it's just slightly soft. And then I'm going to add my next ingredient. And that wonderful red pepper. You can use bell pepper, the green kind, the yellow, or the orange. As you can see, I didn't saute my red bell pepper long because I still want to keep it slightly, I won't say crunchy, but still a little firmer than the rest of the other vegetables. But that's up to you. You can actually add the onion, the red bell pepper, and the garlic all together at once and solve. Ooh, can't speak today, and saute them into your desired texture. I'm adding about 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, and I'm just gonna, as we say, roast it in the pan there. Just want to cook it just for a few minutes. Now, I do want to tell you in advance, this is not spaghetti. It does not taste like spaghetti. Of course, it has a wonderful tomato flavor. It doesn't even have the texture of spaghetti. And I just wanted to warn you ahead of time, just in case that's what you're going to be expecting from this dish. But it's just as good. And I love spaghetti, y'all. I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar. Of course, that's a little sugar in the raw, but you can use granulated sugar. I just grabbed whatever was near me. I'm also going to add a can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to keep the juice. Don't drain the juice. Put that in there too. Of course, I'm using fire roasted tomatoes with garlic in it. So I got lots of garlic in here. You don't have to use a can of tomatoes with garlic already in it. 3 cloves is definitely enough. I'm just going to mix that all up. Incorporate that tomato paste and those tomatoes evenly in the pan. Doesn't that look beautiful? All those pretty colors of red and orange. Simply beautiful. Now we're going to add a half a cup of chicken broth. You may also use water. If you want to make this a one-pot meal, and you can add your uncooked pasta at this time with about 2 to 3 cups of chicken broth or water. Cover it and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes until that pasta is done. Oh, yes, I had to change pans. You saw I made a little mess earlier. Well, I didn't want to flick pasta noodles all over the place, so I needed a deeper pan. And I'm just going to mix it up and incorporate it pretty well, making sure that all that sauce and goodness is getting on each and every noodle. After you mix it really well, you're just going to cook it for a few more minutes just to let those flavors meld together. I turned it off and I let it sit a few more minutes. Of course, I adjusted the salt if needed, but I did not need it. For me, I used a half of a teaspoon, and that was perfect because the salt in the Italian sausage did its job. I hope you try this recipe. It might not be a pretty one, but I can tell you it is bursting with flavor. You just might get hooked. I know I am. Also, you can do variations. Add a little spinach, a little kale, some carrots, maybe even some sauteed mushrooms just to beef it up a little. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. And of course, what do we have here? The finished dish in my typical white bowl. Now, you don't have to eat it just plain like that. Go ahead and top it up. I did. I freshly grated some Parmesan cheese to go on top. Sometimes I will add a little mozzarella or an Italian blend of cheese in my pot. Just depends on what I'm feeling that day. Right now is sweater and fireplace season. But if you need something to warm you from the inside out, take a look at these set of videos.